Traders from around the world, what's going on? It's Ricky Cadden back again with another free Friday stock review from Real Life Trading Australia. Hope you guys have had a sensational, profitable month of June. We are now in a new financial year in Australia, but let's just see how the Real Life Traders have been crushing it this month. I did end up finishing the month on 33.5 R. JP, well done, champion, finishing up 13.5 R. There's a few more here. Ryan hitting up 7 Rs on the month, and this one here, my man Bill cranking out 128 R, getting a lot of returns here, range between 20 and 70% just for the month, guys. That is it, just for the month. So well done, Bill, and all the real life traders out there who did have a sensational June. But guys, let's talk about the broader markets. The SPY, we did get a phenomenal retest gap just last night. The white candle gapping up, and we are in a bullish trend. I have been mentioning in most of my reviews, I wouldn't be overly bearish right now. Just look to stay long for the time being. But if you do take a look at the RSI, we are, closing in on that 70 level. Possibly going to get a little bit of rejection very, very soon. If you take a look at the E-minis, here, we are currently above the 100 and 200 simple moving average, but the price action here is also just slowly trending higher. If you take a look at the 4-hourly chart, beautiful bullish trend. At some point, guys, I will expect a pullback, possibly back down to around 42.60. We definitely need it at some point. Just the daily chart is just looking pretty extended, if you ask me. We are getting some strong bullish moves, but some of the stocks are coming to very nice high levels to sell. So just keep that in mind. Speaking of high levels, take a look at Roku. Now, I did mention this to some of my traders in the trading room who got into Roku back down at these levels, asking me when was a great time to sell. On this candle here, I mentioned that this level is going to be a selling point. We did have this level drawn just a few days ago, as you can see here. This is the level here. And I did say sell into strength, right? Buy into weakness, sell into strength. So if you take a look at the weekly chart right now, I'll just take off the replay here. This candle, this is a weekly candle. This is not the most bullish candle in the world. We are quite bearish at the moment, and this could very well come back down, retest the neckline of this double bottom. So as we are moving into these highs, guys, just look to peel off your profits, lock in them gains, and find another opportunity later on down the track. Here's AMD, another one that I was mentioning that you want to sell into strength. Once again, our levels here, 94.25 here. Great selling location. We are getting a little bit of price rejection here on AMD. Do expect a pullback back down to these lows at some point, and then a nice continuing trend bullish on AMD. So well done to all the traders on AMD. ASX 200, guys, I've pretty much been very neutral. I am not currently trading the ASX. I'm mainly focusing on the US. But right now we are going sideways at this particular moment in time. No bullish or bearish signals at this moment. I would just stay completely neutral. So whether it be looking to sell put options or get into covered calls, buy low, sell high, whatever your strategy is, don't be overly directional at this current moment in time, just because we do need to consolidate for that little bit longer. Speaking of sideways movements, here's another one. BHP. Now BHP, I did mention to my traders, you will probably want to get into a covered call if you do have shares and sell some premium, around the $50 level. Seems like a very nice, decent level to sell, and or get into some naked put options to look to buy at a lower price, somewhere between 45 and 44, back down at this support level, just down here. So BHP going sideways, no bullish trend, no trade set up at this moment in time, but you can still make money in a sideways market. If you don't know how to, reach out to me. My email is in the description below. Here's Qantas. Now Qantas is actually looking quite delicious. You can see here we are creating a very nice double bottom, Also, if you take a look at the RSI here, we are we are starting to slowly trend higher, which is fantastic. And obviously, we do have a little bit of resistance here coming up into the $5 range. But long term, guys, this would be just a dip buying location. Weekly chart, we also have the 100 simple moving average there as well. So we may find a little bit more price rejection. But if you do like to buy low, we are coming down quite low right now. Here's crude oil. Now, crude oil, I have been mentioning, is bullish. You guys can rewind back to all my stock reviews and you'll hear me say just be bullish on the trend. Look to buy the dip on crude. But definitely bullish, guys. And we're definitely feeling it at the Bowser. Fuel's getting a little bit more expensive. But crude oil right now, very, very nice trend. At some point in the future, I'll just take a look at the weekly chart. Okay, so the weekly chart here, we do have some resistance levels coming up. So we may start to see a little bit more price rejection very, very, very soon, possibly in the next week or two. So just keep an eye out for that. Now, gold is consolidating. Gold is consolidating at this support level that we've been having down here at 1771. Here's that little red box that I did draw last week in my last review. But good to see that we are getting a double bottom. Now, what's even better to see is on the RSI, guys, we are actually creating somewhat of divergence. If you take a look at the 4-hourly chart, we did create a lower low here, but we are starting to create a higher low here. Now, what does that mean? Divergence just means that we are possibly making a reversal, that the trend of the stock is doing the inverse to what the current indicator is doing. But at this point, it's not the be all and end all. It is not a crystal ball. It is just generally what happens at these levels. So just keep an eye on it. If we do start to break some highs and make some higher lows, that would be a very nice opportunity to go long. I will most likely be looking at getting into some leaps on this one. If you don't know what leaps are, reach out to me again and I'll let you know. Here is the Aussie dollar breaking down a little bit. Now, breaking down from, I did mention we were looking a little bit weak in my last review. I did mention I was expecting us to bounce here, but we seem to be closing below 74.88. Now, we possibly could get a short-term move down to 72, or we could just get a nice little fake out here, get some bears trapped on this trade, and then get a nice little double bottom and then slowly move higher. But that's all I've got for today, guys. If you want any more stocks reviewed, leave it in the comment section below and I'll gladly do them for you in my next review. Have a fantastic weekend and remember, love life, live life, and trade it. You guys rock. Bye.